Hey, my overtime garage friends, I've got a new project I want to do on Old Delicious here. And wow, it's a super bright sunny day. So great time to get to work on this, do this job. So here's the thing. This is my nice steering wheel. I really like the design of it. It's smaller in diameter than the original, and it still has the 50s look. It's from after the design of a 55 Chevy Bel Air steering wheel. But of course, it was built as an aftermarket part and not of the highest quality materials. So I'm gonna zoom in, see if you can see the cracks that have formed on it, probably from my abuse also. There's little cracks all around it that is unfortunate, since the thing was still pretty expensive, $300 or $400. But what I decided to do was wrap this thing, because it's also a pretty skinny diameter. I wanted a little thicker anyway. So here's my seat material, which I have some extra for this purpose. I got extra just for this. I was always planning on doing that. So let's take this thing apart. So I already actually loosened everything. I'm going to take this in and we'll get started on doing that job. See if I can get it to work. Just showing you my plan here. So here's some of that material that is the same as for my truck. I cut a thin strip enough to wrap around this with some excess, and two ideas, I'm not sure which one I'll go with, is one, I'll hem this on both sides and then wrap it around the steering wheel. And I can't do this one-handed, but then stitch that together on that side. Or the other option is just to cut it and then stitch it together with no hem in there. So let's give it a shot, see which way looks the best. Okay, I built a little pattern for this. So these marks show where I would need to hem to on either side. And then I'll wrap this around and hand stitch this together. So I will transfer these marks onto this strip, which has been sized the same way, and carry on. Okay, check this out. This is halfway through this project. Ended up changing plans midstream, and we got a stitch going this way that hems this material, as I did kind of plan. Then decided to run a zigzag stitch here for cinching this cover up to the steering wheel. And so I'm about to start that, and never mind some of these crazy stitches, but we're pounding forward. This is like my first time. So we started this wrap stitch here that's going to go from side to side through these zigzags. I'll show you as we go. Okay, after some pondering, I've decided that this cover would be best held down with a spray adhesive first, which I just happen to have for some other upholstery work I was going to do on this truck. So we'll use that, and we'll mainly want to stick it around here on the outer edge so it doesn't slip or twist after it's sewn on there. And right around the spokes of the steering wheel, there won't be stitches going all the way around that, so it'd be mainly held down with adhesive. So let's go do that. Okay, there is our result. It probably could have gone a little better, but what we're dealing with is a super sticky adhesive on both parts. So once you set it down there, they stuck. And I don't know, if you look at it from 2 feet away, not bad, and we haven't stitched it yet. So that's what's next. It's held in place really well, and right here at the spokes is where I'm mainly worried about it sticking down. But yeah, it don't spin or stretch to fit better after that adhesive's on there. So we're dealing with it. Let's get it going. Okay, I'm not saying I'm getting in a groove or anything, but check it out. This is the halfway through the first section. Okay, not even half. That's how it's going. Every other V stitch there I'm grabbing. And then my thought was to come back and hit those in between with another stitch. But we'll see how it looks. I might like this. I don't know. And then hindsight, being what it is, 2020, probably would have masked off that area you're going to be able to see still, because I'm not able to cinch this up as tight with the adhesive on there. So either I could have made this a longer or wider piece so it would touch after adhesive, or mask that off to keep that looking nice and shiny in there. But we're going with this. Okay, here's section 1, at least partly done, and you've definitely seen better, but for a homemade custom job, I'm pretty happy with it so far. And if you'll notice, I have stitched every other zigzag, every zig, but not every zag. So that's the question. Should I leave it like this? Kind of looks cool. Looks like W's and M's. And if I add that next stitch, it'll be more of a diamond X pattern. So I might try part of it and see how it looks. And I'm not gonna claim to know how to start or end these, but I just added a bunch of knots. I still don't cut the excess off. At the end, I went back through one of the holes, and then I tied a couple of knots there. And to start, I don't think I showed you how I started, but I did like a threaded it through from the back side, and because it's double thread, went through the middle of the 2 threads, and then came through the material and started. So, and it had a knot at the end. So anyway, like I said, Pro would be ashamed, but I think it's gonna look cool. We're all finished up. It'll be something I built, which is kind of the goal for this whole truck, was to do the whole build myself, and obviously the next one will look even better.